What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So today is Fan Friday, and today's winner was Shift Gear Klinklang Bronzong Phantom Forces with Keldeo, Float Stone, and Zacian V. That is a lot to play in this deck, so we're going to try it out today. We're going to play this like tanky Zacian V deck that seems really interesting, but kind of nervous of how it's going to do, especially with the list I have built right now. So the main focus is to use Shift Gear Klinklang. This actually won a U.S. Nationals. There was another Klinklang as well, but it's not as good as anymore. The other Klinklang makes it where EX Pokemon can't hurt you. So it's not good anymore. If they updated it, maybe. But lets you move around your metal energies, and that's the whole point of the deck, right? I guess you can Gear Grind and flip 2 coins, attack does 80 damage times the number of heads. We're playing this Klang because you can paralyze your opponent, and we're using this Klink because you can also paralyze your opponent. So we're playing a 2-1-2 line and a 2-2 Bronzong. It's a very thin line in the Zacian deck, but it has to be to fit all the stuff. This Bronzong has metal links. You may attach a metal energy from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon, and we're playing this Bronzor because we can play an Evolutionary Advantage and evolve our Pokemon if we're going. If you go second, this Pokemon can evolve in your first turn, so that seems pretty cool. Fact that we'll see. Of course, our main attack is going to be Zacian V with the Brave Blade. I was trying to contemplate more attackers to put in here. I was thinking of like Stakataka to like have a good GX in there, but in the end, I'm like, yeah, we'll just play 3 Zacians and just see how terrible this goes, right? I feel like it's going to be bad. Brave Blade does 230, and during the next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. So you're like, okay, so how do you switch? Well, that's where Keldeo-EX comes in with a Russian. Once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon's on your bench, you may switch it with your active. So you can rush in with the Keldeo, free retreat, because you have a Float Stone, which gives a free retreat cost, and then switch back into the Zacian, and then you get Brave Blade for knockout. And of course, you can move the energies off the Zacian V, and then use cards like Max Potion to heal all the damage off this Zacian V. That's a pretty cool thing. Now, I did opt to play Rusted Sword in this deck, so you can do 260. And then, of course, with the Leon, you can do 290, which is pretty neat. That knocks out most of the tag teams in the meta right now. So that's the point of the deck. We have one Tapu Lele just for a little bit of consistency. So you can use the Wonder Tag to search for a support card. And that's going to be all our Pokemon in the deck. Like I said, we could play other attackers as well. The big one was, I was thinking Stakataka. There's probably, like, you can maybe play Zamazenta if you want to, or whatever else. So, but this is what we're playing today, just to have some fun, right? One Dowsing Machine, so we can reuse a trainer card if needed. We're playing one Field Blower so that we can have access to our abilities. And then with Dowsing Machine, we have, like, 2 Field Blowers if needed, 4 Max Potion, just so we can heal our Zacians. I hope we can survive with only 220 HP. We could play a Cape or something to give it more HP, but I think more damage is probably better. We could play with like Lucario and then like go with that way, and then we can like Full Metal Wall into Zacian V, but I want to be swinging by turn 2. We're playing 4 Quick Ball, 3 Ultra Ball. Of course, Quick Ball is going to find us a basic Pokemon, and Ultra Ball is going to let us find any Pokemon we want to. I think 6 is probably low, but we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you have to play in this deck, right? Playing 4 VS Seeker, so you can use any supporter cards. I'm always a fan of 4 VS Seeker. Why not? 1 Acerola, put 1 Pokemon that has any damage counters on it and all cards into your hand. We're playing 1 Colress. Shuffle draws many cards as both bench Pokemon on both sides of the field, so you can draw up to 10 to 16, depending on what stadium is out. Guzma, you switch both the actives. The cool thing about this is you have Keldeo, so we can just retreat if needed. 1 Leon, so we do 30 more damage. And 2 Marnie, 1 in, 3 Juniper, and 1 Ranger. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 draw supports, so it's still fairly low. We could probably cut the Juniper's 3, might be high. We could probably play 2 and just see if we can get away with that. Even then, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 supporter cards. Oh man, it's gonna be rough. Hopefully the Lele will save us. That's my that's what I'm hoping for, right? I guess we could play like cut the Junipers and play like more Marnie and End because you really don't want to dump cards. But I'm so used to playing Juniper, and it's always been good for me. And plus, we have Dowsing Machine to give us big back stuff, so we're fine. Whatever. 2 Float Stone, 3 Rusted Sword, and 10 Metal Energies. Of course, I want to play some kind of Rod in here. We don't have any Rods in this deck. We could probably play Communication over the Ultra Balls. I'm hoping that we start swinging with Zacian V early enough, and then we can like build a Klinklang and a Bronzong on the bench. Bronzong just seems so interesting. Like, do we need Bronzong? Like, yeah, you can, like, move metal energies around, but the only guy we have in the deck is Zacian, so... We'll see, right? I mean, it gets back metal energy. Sorry, it gets metal energy to discard to one of your bench Pokemon. So, I mean, it could power up another Zacian, but the whole point is the tank with Klinklang. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, if we had maybe more attackers, we could probably play a little bit differently. But yeah, I've actually played Klinklang before, like a way long time ago. So it's a very interesting deck. We didn't play Bronzong at the time. I definitely think we just played like Prism Energies or Rainbow Energies or whatever it was at the time, way back in the day. And then you play like different attackers and stuff like that. So it did win nationals. I think John Roberts won with it. Yeah, that sounds right. We lost the coin flip. Terrible. I was also thinking about putting stadium cards in here, like Tropical Beach or something, just so we could draw cards. But then I was like, well, we already play Zacian. Zacian can draw cards, which seems okay. So we start Bronzor. We can quick a metal to find ourselves a Zacian. We'll put down Zacian, metal into Intrepid Sword. So we do have the Rare Candy Klinklang in hand. Let's see if my Klink can stay alive. That is the real question. Can Klink stay alive? If Klink stays alive, then we actually have the combo, like the Rare Candy Klinklang. We actually get Juniper the hand away as well, which is pretty nice. But we see Mad Party is doing Mad Party things like 20, 40, 60. Oh, goodness. Look at that. They already have so many energies. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, man, this is not a matchup you want to see. A single price attacking deck is never good for good old Zacian. Uh-oh. But if you want to join the Fan Friday fun, go like the Facebook page. Go vote for it. Tyler Bradley won with this suggestion. Chelsea was a close second, saying play all the decks. And unfortunately, we didn't play all the decks. So maybe next week, Chelsea's comment will win. So... we set up Zacian V on our turn. Unfortunate. Okay, so we hit an Ultra Ball. I think we Ultra Ball, discard the Acerola and Leon. Okay. We'll go ahead and grab a second Klink. Okay. Go ahead and put the Klink down. We'll go ahead and Marnie my opponent. I guess one thing we could put in this deck, and like it would destroy our opponent, is Aegis Slash. That would be kind of cute. It would be. We'll go here to here into another. We could rush in to protect the Zacian. But then we might lose Keldeo. We have more HP with this guy, and we can get him back. I'd rather just Intrepid Sword, and let's just see what happens. Hey, there's another Zacian. Okay. Nope. Do we have Colress discard problem? We, of course, do not. Okay. How many VS stickers are we down? None so far. Okay, so Swell comes down, VS Seeker, researching, doing this thing, the research, okay? So no Rare Candy in hand right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 140 right now. 103, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 160? There's so much going on. There's so much stuff is happening right now. I just wait. Like, either takes a knockout and it doesn't take... We have Resistant as well, which is good. Oh, Marshall does hit the field. Okay, that's good. So, Mad Party doing its thing. 160 on our turn. Give me a Colress. That's a Marnie. Okay. So, we go here to here. Go ahead and Max Potion the active. Into Marnie. Okay. We can go Bronzong, Metal Energy, Metal Links into the Bronzong. We can put on Zacian, I forgot. It's pretty cool. So we can attack with that guy next turn for sure. And we'll go ahead and just go for an Intrepid Sword. Oh, look at that, another Metal Energy as well. Very, very nice. Alright, we get a Klang. If we want to put Klang down, we can. We actually could just Metal Links to the Zacian. There's a Compressor. Do they discard another Pokemon to take a knockout this turn? That is the question. 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 200 right now. Not enough. We are barely surviving. There's a great catcher. Great catcher can bring up Keldeo and take a knockout this turn if they want to do that. And I think that's what we're going to see here. Going down to 3. How much? 3, 6, 10, 11, 12. 220. We are still surviving just barely on our turn. I probably should have not sent in this guy. Whatever. Let's go quick this to find a Keldeo. Let's go Keldeo, Field Blower, discard this and this, just so we can thin the deck, and then go with the Colress, getting 9 cards. Alright, so we can go Metal Links into a Brave Blade for the knockout. Okay. Oh, he will knock us out with Bumblebee next turn. That is a very true statement there. Do we have an N? N1 would be devastating, but looks like we don't have it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 220. Uh-oh, that's not good. We do have Tapu Lele, so if N is in the deck, we can at least try to end our opponent to 1 and see if it sticks. But he does have like Marshadow on the field. He would just need to find some kind of energy. He only has 1 DCE left. We see research coming down as well. If he attaches a DCE or some kind of energy, okay, we lost. Well, nice knowing you. One thing we could play is maybe Bronzong as well. That could be something we could do for this deck. So there is ways to beat this deck. Unfortunately, we just didn't play any of them. I could try to punish my opponent and see if he has a way of switching. I mean, that's probably my only out right now. So, like, via Seeker, bring up this guy. Is Guzma the discard pile? Well, I don't know if Guzma's in the deck. It's your boy Guzma making an appearance today. We're going to Guzma Marshadow. And we'll pass. That's all we can hope for. It's got the DCE. I mean, slow rolled me. I was like, okay, maybe it doesn't way to switch. Did he play anything else outside of that? Let's see here. Oh, he played 1 switch. We didn't see the switch at all. He did play Stick of Float, so he definitely had outs. So I'll show you the cards I was talking about, just in case you actually like want to play this deck and want to have answers to that. So you can play an Aegis Slash, this one right here. Mighty Shield, Special Energies does not hurt it, so that could be something we could play to beat that deck. We could maybe cut a Keldeo, even then it's a little weird. You can also play Bronzong Break. It has Metal Rain. Discard as many Metal G attached to this Pokemon. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage. So basically, for every Metal Energy you discard, you do 30 damage to your Pokemon, and you can select multiple Pokemon. So if you have like 9 energies, you could do like 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and then you could probably destroy that deck. Also, Aegis Slash might just seem good overall, just because the special energies, like making it where they can't attack with special energies, could be very, very cool. We almost saw the Klinklang come in action. We saw Bronzong actually becoming more useful than I thought. Being able to just Metal Links to a bench Zacian V was pretty nice. So we could potentially swing turn 2 fairly easily now that I think about it with the Bronzong. So we won the coin flip. So do we want to go first? I think the answer is yes. We want to go first. So let's see what happens. So, okay, we start the one guy we never want to start. How cool is that? We do get a mulligan, so that's nice. But that's terrible. Oh. Great. Beautiful. Also, I didn't talk about this. Energy Drive could be a useful attack, especially now when we're playing against fire. Could be something good. So, Float Stone, don't care. Bosselfion. Oh, it's Blounds. How grand. Alright, so we'll discard the Rusted Sword. Not needed. Get the Zacian. Put down Zacian. Attach a metal to the Zacian. We could go crazy and like Dowsing Machine and do stuff, but you know, to each their own. So we find ourselves an attack next turn. Most likely, we just need 1 energy to attack with Zacian next turn. Pretty good. I don't know if it's in. We could actually Tapu Lele can one-shot a plus Leon if we have 3 and 3, so it's 120. We're gonna see computer search for a welder, most likely doing its thing for sure. Now, speaking of other Bronzongs, there is another Bronzong that actually can counter fire, and that is the Heat Bronzong. It makes it where fire Pokemon literally can't attack, so that could be another card. Like I said, there's so many different things you can play in this deck. It's so hard to decide which cards you want to play. I just try to play super vanilla and like try to be somewhat consistent. So you see, he actually did he already have the Hearth? Get the Hearth? I don't know. Well, they're coming down to getting 2 to the Leon. That's pretty good. Okay, there is a Charizard just hit the field. Now, we can one-shot the Charizard. It's pretty good. Notate. Dedenne comes down, discards a fire energy. 5, 10, 15, 20. They just need 4 energy, so we'll see. Retrieval, Flint. A lot of different things. Does he got the 4? Okay, just 120. Okay, cool. So on our turn, we'll go ahead and just play this Max Potion, heal this guy. We can Dowsing Machine 1 and 2. Yeah. So Dowsing Machine, Klink, and Juniper. Yeah. We'll grab ourselves the Quick Ball. I'm going to Quick Ball a Juniper, and I'm actually going to grab a Keldeo. We could maybe grab Bronzor, but I want to be able to rush and retreat whenever if needed. We'll go ahead and put that there. And we'll VS Seeker for a Juniper. Going to get a new hand here. Let's see, what do we find? Okay. Upsetting. So we'll go Bronzor into Klink into Quick the Ultra Ball. Let's quick the VS Seeker. I'm gonna grab another Bronzor. Put down the Bronzor and 1 Sharpened Sword. Okay, so we have Klinklang next turn if we want to go that way. Ultra Ball, and whatever for Klinklang. If he does take a knockout, we just Max Potion the active, which is pretty cool. And then Zacian gets swing. We can maybe load up a Keldeo, but that seems unrealistic as well. We see 2 fire energies going to hand because of the giant horror, so he's doing 100 right now. Crobat's going to draw him 3. I think he should have waited. You should have waited because you have more fires in your deck. So you went to Crobat first. Did he discard the fires? No, he played them. Yeah, he should have waited is what I think is the correct play there. Because if he waits, he could potentially hit more. But he probably hasn't now. Well, maybe. We'll see. He has crystals as well. That's the thing he can play at any moment. That's scary. And we can one-shot this Charizard. So Ultra Ball. This is probably going to grab a Dedenne if he plays another one. Welder and N have just been discarded. Yeah, we can one-shot the Charizard. Oh, he's going to... Okay, that's still not enough right now. It does 30 additional damage for whatever that card does. So it's like knockout, and then knock out one of these 3. He's already played Welder, so he can't Welder. We'll see what happens. I mean, we definitely got the Klinklang next turn, so that's good. Fireball Circus, great. Just going to dump the 1. Alright, so on our turn. Okay, is a 70... No, I think this is probably a better play. We go Ultra Ball, and Max Potion. Go ahead and grab a Klinklang. We will Rare Candy into Klinklang. We'll get a Bronzong out. We will via Seeker for Juniper. Okay. We'll Juniper discard the hand. We'll Giant Heart the metal. Gonna grab nothing. We'll attach a metal here. We will metal links to Keldeo. Do we make him waste the double blaze next turn? No, Seeker Sword doesn't take a knockout, Josh. You only do 100. So, let's rush in. Retreat. I mean, he's just going to take a knockout next turn, most likely. So we'll see. He has to GX his turn to take a knockout, which is the key thing here. If he wants to double blaze, he can double blaze. That's fine. So we'll see what happens. We just gotta hope he has a dead hand. We know he can get the fire energy because he has Giant Hearth. That is a fact. So there we go, getting those. Do we have enough on the field to take a one shot with Tapu Lele? The answer is no, unfortunately. So see double blaze. We called that. We knew that one was going to happen. So the most he can do next turn is 230. No, well, only 230, Josh. So we'll send him Keldeo with Float Stone. I feel that's a fine play. Okay, it's your boy Guzma. Okay, all right. Okay. So I can attack with Bronzong this turn. Then he takes a knock out of Bronzong. He's like forced to take a knock out of Bronzong. He goes to 3. I don't think we need to Klink anymore. I could end him, but I'd rather Colress for more. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so we will Metal Links. Bless you. We will... I'm going to go ahead and shift gear these. 1... and this one, of course. Press done. We'll retreat to Bronzong. We don't have a metal injury as of right now. We need the other Bronzong. I don't know if the Bronzong's in the deck or not. That's the only issue right now. Hammer in. Now, he can outreach for knockout now. I understand this. I understand the concept. So, there's a Volcanius. Another Volcanius hit the field. There is a Fairy Energy and Outrage. Okay, so... I don't know if the other Bronzong's in deck, which is like the only thing I'm like kind of regretting right now, is I don't know if it's in there. So go Zacian, Metal, Giant Heart, the Acerola. So the other Bronzong is in the deck, so that is very good for us. I am going to shift gear, put this to this. Press done. Go ahead and Max Potion this. Into via Seeker for Colress. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to Field Blower. Sure. see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We whiff the energy, Josh. I mean, we didn't whiff the energy, we whiffed the Bronzong. Sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna go here, shift gear, put this to this guy, press done. Retreat into Tapu Lele, into Intrepid Sword. Okay. The worst scenario is they welder right now and attach here. Okay, that's also pretty bad. So they hit that. So they might see Metronome. Ooh, that knocks me out. That's bad. Now this play is, well, okay. That's actually a really bad play, I feel like. Because so now we Max Potion the active. Metal Energy. It does buy him turns. I will give him that. 2046. Yeah, so we'll just Energy Drive for knockout. We go down to 4. Okay. Marshetta comes down. Okay, so he can take a knockout this turn with a Flare Strike, but then I'm going to end him to 1. That is definitely a play I did not think he would do. Okay. With Giant Hearth, the Klinklang. Put a Float Stone on the Bronzor. Retreat to Zacian. Into Brave Blade for 260? It's a really confusing play. Is there something in the discard pile I'm not expecting? Okay, we'll take it. We'll go for the Russian. We'll do the retreat. And we'll go for the Brave Blade. There we go. We took down, I guess it's a Firebox deck. I don't know if it's like a... Is it a Balsaltheon deck? No, it's a Firebox deck. Like, heavy Volcanic to power up your fire guys. I think I saw Stefan play this list. He bricked very hard not hitting those welders. And we will take that victory. Taking down fire with our Klinklang deck. So if you don't know, the deck focuses around the Volcanic with the steam up to do 30 additional damage, and you have attackers like Balsaltheon with the Mind Blown. Rishizard is just very strong. Balsaltheon can just like Fireball Circus for turn of damage. But the whole point of the deck is not for Balsaltheon. I think that would have been like super bad. So yeah, that's fine. I will take that all day. You have cards like Max Heat Factor, discard, draw cards, Giant hard to get fire energies. Scorched Earth might be better in this list, and then more crystals might be something you could do. But there we go. Zacian V, Klinklang Bronzong taking a win against a fire deck. That's pretty cool. I guess one card we could definitely cut is maybe a Keldeo. You could probably cut a Keldeo, maybe. Maybe Leon's not needed. We only play like 2 games, so it's really hard to say, right? Ranger's definitely needed for ADP. I would definitely play that. But I talked about a bunch of different cards. Bronzong has so many different cards. Bronzong is like such a good draft card if you ever play draft cards. Like you have Heal Block, damage can't be healed from any Pokemon, which is pretty nice. That does counter our deck though a little bit. We have cards like Metal Fortress is just protects your bench, not very good. But then where's the heat proof one? There it is. Prevent all the damage done just by this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. So literally you just put this down and you just beat fire, which is pretty neat. And then we talked about the Pain Amplifier. Bronzong. Oh no, it's Metal Rain. Pain Amplifier is the where's that one? That's this one. So yeah, there's Bronzong Klinklang, and I'll show you the other Klinklang too. It's pretty useless now in this day and age. There's a Plasma Steel, prevent all damage done to your metal Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's EX. So that's something that they played. It wasn't really like super played because this deck used like Prism energies to move energies around when Klinklang was a thing. But we still did it. We took game with Zacian V, Klinklang, Bronzong. So many different things happening, but it was a lot of fun seeing the deck. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we cut a Rare Candy too, since you're playing a 2-1-2 line, and you can just like manually evolve into Klinklang. And it's cool to Metal Links into a Zacian, so I will say that. But yeah, there's a deck. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday for Main Deck Monday. And if you're going to participate in Fan Friday, go like the Fix page. Alrighty, guys. Bye.